The following video is an excerpt from my beginner course for thumb lead two-finger banjo. Now I'm going to teach you the 6 picking exercises found on page 6 of your book. Exercise 1 features all long notes or quarter notes. The first one is thumb on the 2nd string, and then index on the 1st, then thumb on the 5th, index on the 1st. Now the next measure has us going to thumb on the 3rd, index on the 1st, thumb on the 5th, index on the 1st, and then finally thumb on the 4th string, index on the 1st, thumb on the 5th, and index on the 1st. Let's try it with a click. My metronome is set to 55 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, go. And again. Pause the video and practice that as much as you'd like. I'm going to move on to exercise number 2. Exercise 2 features the same sequence, but we're going to use eighth notes or short notes, so you get to do everything twice. You're going to go 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1 in measure 1, and then measure 2 will be 3, 1, 5, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, and the measure 4 is of course 4, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. Let's just try it with a click. Same speed, 55 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, go. Repeat. In exercise number 3, we're going to combine long notes and short. We're going to begin with a long note in the thumb on the 2nd string, and then 2 short notes, 5, 1, and then do it again, 2, and then 5, 1. Now we move over to 3rd string for our long note, and then 5, 1, again, and then 4th string. We'll do it with a click in a moment, but I do want to point out that that 5-1 combination of 2 eighth notes is going to appear in every single two-finger piece that I teach you. It is our most common filler when we're in the midst of a phrase. Later on I'll show you what we often do at the end of a phrase. But for now, let's try exercise 3 with a click at 55 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, go! Again. Exercise 4 features the pinch, which if you're coming from bluegrass, you're well aware of. If you're a clawhammer banjo player, you've never been allowed to pinch before, and I'm going to invite you to enjoy this very much. The pinch allows us to play 2 strings simultaneously, regardless of whether they're next to each other. The most common pinch we're going to use in this beginner course is 5 and 1, so the extremes of the instrument. And the idea is a simple one. We're just playing our 2 fingers together instead of what we've been doing up till now, which is playing them separately. So, exercise 4 features that pinch of 5 and 1 after each long note or melody note. So let's play open 2nd in the thumb, and then pinch, and then open 2nd again, pinch. Now move over to 3rd string with the thumb, and then pinch, 3rd again, and pinch, and then finally 4th, and pinch. I will often put the pinch at the end of a phrase as kind of an exclamation mark or at least a period at the end of a musical thought. You can often substitute a pinch for a 5-1 or vice versa when you're making your own arrangements, but you'll notice that I like to put the pinch in at the end of an idea. Let's try exercise 4 with a click. 1, 2, ready, go. And again. If the pinch is something new for you, I suggest practicing just pinches, and you don't have to limit yourself to 5 and 1. You can pinch any combination of strings in any tuning. Getting used to that idea of synchronizing your index and thumb so that they sound the strings at exactly the same moment is a really important part of this process. All right, and now we come to exercise 5, which is actually the most important one for our beginner course. This is the exercise that simulates how our songs are going to typically behave. Exercise 5 features us playing a long note, and then 5-1, and then a long note, and then pinch. This single building block is what I use in a lot of my beginner arrangements, both in the book, but also if you sign up for private lessons with me and you want to work on Red River Valley or any number of old songs that have lasted through the years and that are so satisfying to hear again, I'm going to use this building block in the book, in lessons, and then in my Patreon even. This comes up over and over again. So if you practice anything from this page after today, make it exercise 5. Make exercise 5 the thing you do before you play your scale or whatever songs you're going to work on. So let's learn it. You're going to play 2 with your thumb, and then 5-1, back to 2 with your thumb, and then pinch. Next you do the same thing but over on 3rd string. So 3 with your thumb, 5-1, 3, and pinch. And then finally 4 with your thumb, 5-1, 4 again, and then pinch. Let's try it with a click, and let's do it 3 times because this is the most important one for you to internalize today. Still at 55 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, go. And again. One more time. Our final exercise is a great workout to exhaust your hand and to really train your 2 fingers, your thumb and your index, to work in concert and for you as the banjo player to have absolute control over what they're doing. This isn't really an exercise that you need to do a lot in your beginner days, but you can if you like it. This is really something that I use with my intermediate and advanced students to help them become more subtle and adept with their finger picking. Let's try it though. It's the same pair of notes played 4 times in a row. So in measure 1, it's 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. These are all 8th notes, short notes. Measure 2 is 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. Next up, you'll probably guess, is 4-1, 4-1, 4-1, 4-1. And finally, we have a measure where we get to focus on the 5th string. 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. Try it with me at 55. This time, I'm going to focus on all my thumb notes just being a little bit more prominent than my index finger notes. After, I'll talk about other ways to do it, but I'm going to try and lean into my thumb so it's about 60% volume compared with maybe 40% to the index finger. Let's try it. I'll show you what I mean. 1, 2, ready, go. So I want to talk about that emphasis idea. When you're just getting started, the typical focus is just to make everything equally loud and just get all your fine motor skills working in concert. Thumb lead two-finger banjo, though, puts a lot of the melody notes in the thumb. So in these exercises, I'm trying to emphasize my thumb just a little bit more than my index plucks, because usually that's where the melody is, and I want you to hear my melody notes even more clearly and therefore louder than any drone notes. When you practice exercises 6 and 2, as you get more accomplished and comfortable, I'll suggest trying to play all the notes at the exact same volume as one option. Try and make all your thumb notes a little bit louder than all the index notes as another option. Flip the script a little bit and try and make all your index notes a little louder. And then see if you can be a little bit more flexible and fluid, and you could kind of randomize what's louder and what's softer. All of this is to make you a more expressive musician, to really be able to emphasize what you want to emphasize. Just like most of us don't speak in a monotone, we emphasize certain words that we're saying and we let others be a little softer so that the meaning of what we're saying gets transmitted to the listener. The same thing happens in music. Whatever you play louder, your listener is going to focus on a little bit more.